Hey everyone, welcome to Soul Whispers Tarot. I'm back again with another pick a card reading. This time the question is, how does he or she feel about me? For a sense of ease, I'm going to say, how does he feel about me throughout the reading? And take whatever resonates and leave the rest. Always follow your own intuition overall. Don't try and make these messages fit your individual situation if they don't resonate. Thank you so much to everyone who has liked, shared and subscribed to my channel. I really do appreciate it. And if you subscribe, please tap the bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. So I've got 3 sets of cards for how does he miss me, sorry. And the first set of cards is the perfume bottle. The second set of cards is the cornelian necklace. And the set of cards number 3 is the rose quartz wand. So I'll give you a few moments to tune in to the energies of the cards. And I will be doing follow-on readings on Vimeo for each set of cards as well, for anyone who's interested. And thanks to everyone who purchased those readings from my previous reading. Okay, so this is set of cards number 1, which is the perfume bottle. And I'm using the Rider-Waite Tarot for your reading and 2 Lovers Oracle cards as well. So does he miss you? The first row of cards is going to be the overall energies. Then the second rows are going to be the clarifiers. So we have the King of Cups in reverse, 5 of Wands, 4 of Swords, 3 of Swords in reverse, Lovers in reverse, and the Knight of Wands. So clarifying, we have the 10 of Wands, Justice in reverse, the 9 of Cups in reverse, King of Swords in reverse, 5 of Swords, Ace of Swords, the World in reverse, the Page of Wands, the Ace of Cups, the Knight of Cups, Judgment, and the Hanged Man in reverse. And from the Lover's Oracle, we have New Beginning and a message for you. Okay. So does he miss you? We're starting off with the King of Cups in reverse, clarified by the 10 of Wands and the World in reverse. So I'm immediately feeling that this person does miss you. With this King of Cups in reverse, it's saying that they have deep emotions, deep love, deep feelings for you. They're feeling emotionally all over the place when it comes to you. The World in reverse is saying that there's unfinished business is what they're feeling. There may have been some kind of cycle within your connection where something did come to an end, but the World in reverse is saying there's still unfinished business. They're feeling burdened by this emotional pain of missing you is what I'm feeling. I'm feeling they're bogged down with worries, anxieties, some heartbreak with the 3 of Swords here, and disappointment with the 9 of Cups, like they wanted some of their dreams to come true with you. They were wanting this deep fulfillment, but right now they're feeling as though perhaps there's some sort of something going on within the contract between you, like the soul contract between you, where maybe you're healing some kind of karma. So there's been some kind of bump in the road or some kind of separation at this time. But I'm definitely feeling it's supposed to be this way. And it is because there's meant to be some kind of new beginning within your connection. So yeah, I'm really feeling and seeing that they're feeling burdened, depressed. But this is the 10 of Wands. So yeah, there's some sort of karma that needs to be cleared before harmony like returns to your connection. And the 10 is saying it's nearly time for those wands to be laid down at the destination. Tens is the endings in order to make way for new beginnings. So some sort of burdens, blocks are being put down, or they're almost over, so that there can be a positive completion to any karma or wounding or anything that's been getting in the way. And with this world in reverse, this is like really saying to me they're really trying to hold on in terms of not wanting to let you go, not wanting to let this connection go. For some of you, this connection is like soul family. So in truth, the connection will never truly be over on that soul level. They had the 5 of Wands with Justice in reverse and the Page of Wands. So I feel there was some kind of conflict between you, some kind of injustice with this Justice in reverse. To me, this is saying with this sword, something needed to be cut out, some sort of pattern or dynamic between you, which wasn't serving either of you. There may have been some injustice, like one of you may have felt as though the other one treated you wrong in some kind of way, or lacked integrity in some kind of way, created some injustice. Some of you may have walked away, walked down a new path with the Page of Wands. Overall, it's saying to me that this person has this realization about their actions and that they were, resisting their emotions. They were resisting ending some kind of karmic cycle within their own emotions. They were holding on to these burdens and they didn't want to let these burdens go because the ego felt more comfortable holding on to that. But it was creating a lot of conflict within themselves, a lot of resistance, create some conflict with you, maybe some conflict going on in their life. To me, I'm seeing that 5, it's right in the middle between 1 and 10, and to me that is just saying that there was this conflict, like they were trying to live a double life or something, like their true self versus their mask that a part of them felt safe hiding behind. To me, overall, this is saying they realised this conflict, they realised that their actions created some injustice because they weren't willing to cut negative patterns out of their lives or within themselves, negative thought patterns. And now they're in this stage of the Page of Wands, which is like they want a fresh start with you. They want a fresh start within themselves. So they're taking this time with the 4 of Wands, the 4 of Swords, to go inwards and heal. And they are feeling burnt out with this conflict, with the injustice, with the emotional pain. Because even though the 3 of Swords is here, obviously in the deck, it comes before the 4 of Swords. So 3 and 4 of Swords, the heartbreak, releasing that heartbreak. Now there's this time where they're healing themselves, and I do feel it's through some kind of separation physically from you, maybe even mentally, emotionally. Some kind of release has happened within your connection, and it is a blessing in disguise because there was some sort of false like fantasies or dreams or, idealizations being projected into your connection. Now, I'm not saying that your connection was a totally fantasy and it wasn't real. What I'm feeling is that your connection is very real, but you were both, through your insecurities and childhood wounding, you were both projecting like fantasies and idealizations into the connection that was something that you were both kind of holding on to and daydreaming about, and it was sort of elevating you in terms of making you feel on cloud nine, but it wasn't bringing you true fulfillment because it was like codependency, which was blocking you, blocking your connection, blocking you from aligning with like the true unconditional love aspect within your connection. So these false like feelings of fulfillment, i.e. holding on to each other for dear life kind of thing, holding on to fantasies, illusions, that kind of side of your connection, that's also what was in conflict within both of you. Like one side of the connection was very true, very authentic, unconditional, and then there was this other side which was the illusions, the fantasies that were blocking you both. That's fallen away. So you're both in this time of recovery, rejuvenation, healing yourself, and it's to open you both up to receiving true love is what I'm feeling. A new beginning in love, a heart awakening, like a realization of what was truly blocking both of you. For a lot of us, we may have been very aware what was blocking the other person, but we couldn't quite see how it was a mirror to ourselves as well. But there's this realization now. In the past, there may have been both of you kind of giving your heart, but there was a lot of that illusion and blocks within it. So that it wasn't like unconditional love. There was a lot of conditions attached to what each other was offering. But there's a new beginning for more genuine love, whatever that may represent. For some of you, it will be like a relationship where you come together, where you have this physical union. For others, it may be just finding this peace in your heart that there's still this karma, there's still this healing that needs to be done. There's this acceptance within some of you that this may never be like a romantic connection. But for some of you, you're okay with that because you're realizing that they are soul family. You're realizing the infinite connection, the immortal like connection. And this person is missing you. They are feeling disappointed that things didn't work out in the past in the way that you both kind of hoped. They may be wanting to offer this new beginning in love to you, whether it's like a physical offer of a relationship or whether it is literally just them also being in this place of acceptance and giving you unconditional love and not, giving you anything that's filtered through fears and wounds and things like that. So 3 of Swords in reverse. Again, this is another card about healing with it in the reverse position. I feel this person is feeling that heartbreak, but they have had this epiphany, they have had this awakening. And so a lot of their blocks, because swords are about the mind and perception, a lot of their wounds and blocks they've released, and they're releasing those swords, the limiting thought patterns, the karma is falling out of the heart so the heart can heal. They're realizing in the past that they were quite controlling with this King of Swords in reverse. Like, they were trying to wear a mask in their day-to-day life, which was much more logical. It's like they were trying to hide their spirituality, but also they were trying to guard their heart. They were on the defense, very defensive, very blocked, had a lot of walls up, and it was because of a lot of heartbreak from their past. But your connection has been helping them heal their heart. But it's a slow process. And again, you know, it's a mirror. It's not all just one-sided. Knight of Cups. So yeah, this person, they are missing you. They want to express their feelings. They want to offer their heart. They want to be there for you. But there's still this element in what I'm feeling where there's this karma. There's like this soul contract where other things need to be healed and released. And it's going to be an ongoing process within your connection. So there's the Lovers in reverse, clarified by the Five of Swords and Judgment. So yeah, this person is realizing their defensiveness. They're realizing that they pushed you away. It was like their ego wanted to feel at ease. Their ego wanted to feel in control. Their ego wanted to remain in the comfort zone. But it created this Lovers to be in reverse. This is saying you have this eternal connection that's watched over by angels. It's like soul family. But there's imbalances and blocks, wounds. And this is all like natural. I feel like this is like the whole purpose of your connection, just to bring up these blocks. So over time, they can be healed, they can be released. This person, they pushed you away. It made you feel stuck in a kind of Two of Swords. Because look, when we look at this Five of Swords, the person that's pushed you away is holding Three Swords, which is this Three of Swords card. Their heartbreak, their like very limiting, very self-defeating mindset of the swords, the Three of Swords, was keeping them stuck in a lot of heartbreak, not being able to trust their heart. It's like these swords, the mind and perception was second guessing the heart, was like betraying the heart with these swords, like piercing the heart. So that's what caused them to push you away. And these people here are the ones that had been like defeated, pushed away. They're left with these Two Swords, which is the Two of Swords card. This person left you in a place of confusion, not knowing where you stand, not knowing whether to stay, whether to go, whether to trust this person or not. Maybe you've had thoughts like, did this person ever truly love me? Or was it all just an illusion? Did they really just not care about me? Things like that. But what I'm feeling is they genuinely do care about you. And with this Judgment card, they're having this realizations about how their actions created injustice and created this sense of separation between you right now. Judgment is also saying you had an epiphany, you had an awakening, you've learnt a lot from this. You really judged this connection from a higher perspective. Maybe in the past you were kind of sweeping a few things under the rug and weren't truly being honest with yourself. But Judgment, this is all about both of you truly being honest with yourselves. Knight of Wands with the Ace of Swords and the Hanged Man in reverse. So this person's missing you. They're wanting to rush back into your life. They're wanting a new beginning. They're wanting to speak their truth, be authentic, have this victory with you. They feel a lot of passion towards you. And they do want this new beginning, a peaceful new beginning. You know, there's this Dove of Peace. It also features in the Ace of Cups. New beginning, peace with a peaceful heart. And this new beginning card says, a new adventure awaits. Embrace it and live your dreams passionately. So some of you, there's this new beginning within your connection because of this realization. For others of you, there's this acceptance and you're at peace with accepting this connection for what it is and for where it is, and you're having this new beginning, a new adventure. Live your dreams passionately. You're having this new adventure by going in a new direction in your life in general, and you're okay with that. The Hanged Man in reverse. So this is coming out of a time of pause. For some of you, I am feeling that a major transition has occurred within your connection. So there did need to be this time of healing and recuperation and switching gears in your life. Maybe a transition period before going in a new direction in your life. And I feel this person, for some of them, they may be also embracing like a new beginning, and it may, be in a different direction from you. But you're always in each other's heart. There is always that oneness. There is always that telepathic communication and feeling of oneness. And a lot of this, Spirit is saying, a lot of the illusions, the holding on to fantasies was like the debris that was kind of getting in the way of both of your soul light and connection truly shining through. And I know for some that might not make sense, but for others of you you'll really understand what I mean by that. For others of you, there is this transition, like I said, a new beginning in terms of your relationship, but I do feel it will take a while because there's karmic endings that are happening. The final card here is a message for you. I'm thinking of you this very moment. Your love fills me with light. I love you. So yeah, you share this deep bond. You do continue to think of each other. And for some of you, you just feel this deep warmth and joy in your heart because you know that, like I said, well, when I say telepathic connection, I don't feel like that even does it justice. You just feel this oneness. You feel like they're always with you. You're always with them, kind of thing. And I'm going to look more deeply now into the energy of this set of cards. Number one, look more into the energy of this person and your connection in a follower-on reading, which will be on Vimeo. And I will leave the link to that in the description below this video. So I hope this reading has really resonated with you and has been really helpful. If it has, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you subscribe, please tap the bell icon and that will notify you every time I release a new video. So hopefully I'll see you in the Vimeo reading. Thank you so much. Take care. So this is set of cards number 2, which is the Cornelian necklace. So I'm using the Incidental Tarot for your reading, as well as a couple of oracle cards from the Lover's Oracle. Does he miss you? Does this person miss you? Could be a she. Take whatever resonates. So the top row is going to be the overall energies, and the cards below are going to be the clarifying cards. So the Rose Queen, which is the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords in reverse, Death in reverse, the Seven of Swords in reverse, the Eclipse, which is the Hanged Man, and the Two of Swords in reverse. So here's the clarifiers. The Two of Cups, the Six of Swords in reverse, the Hermit, which is called the Buddha in this deck, the Ten of Swords, the Empress, the Ten of Cups in reverse, the High Priestess, Polarity or Temperance in reverse, the Hierophant, the Four of Cups in reverse, the Three of Cups, and the Six of Cups in reverse. And we have two of the Lovers Oracle here, Soulmate and Friendship. I'll read this side for now. So, does he miss you? Well, what I'm initially feeling straight away is with this Queen of Cups and the Two of Cups and the High Priestess, they're thinking about you a lot. You're on their mind. They're seeing you as this Queen of Cups with a big heart, very nurturing, very wise, very open, very loving and generous with your heart. And they're also seeing you as the High Priestess, very intuitive, very spiritual, very wise, like I said. And the Two of Cups, you know, they're really thinking about this beautiful connection that you have, this love, this, I'm feeling a purity of energy between you, and an equal, like, give and take, an equal balanced love. Even if things may not seem equal on the surface, because there is the Six of Cups. In reverse, there may not be an equal give and take in the 3D, but this is saying that you are equal, like, energetically. There's equal love. There's no like unrequited love here, is what I'm trying to say basically. So they're thinking a lot of loving feelings towards you. They're seeing you as really beautiful as well, with all these roses. And yeah, they're just seeing you as having this big, generous heart. And they're seeing you as this really giving person, generous person. And they want to give back to you equally. Because in the traditional tarot, the Two of Cups shows the man reaching out and touching the woman's cup, offering his heart, offering his love. So yeah, this is like the yin and yang with the red rose and the white rose. So again, you're equal. But you have the same heart. So this may be twin flame or soulmate, but you know, try not to get too wrapped up in the labels. But yeah, the cup to me is like the heart and your soul, like one heart, one soul. But there's these two roses. It's like in the 3D, you're two separate people. High Priestess. So the High Priestess is often depicted as sitting in front of a veil, and it's the veil that she's guarding between the 3D and the 5D. So this person is really looking up to you. They really respect you because they see you as someone that is like a gateway for them to the divine. And they're really appreciating that because you've created this massive spiritual awakening within them, as they have with you as well. You open each other up. Because again, the High Priestess, it is number 2. So it's saying you're both mirrors. You're both equally as spiritual. But yet again, our conditioning in the 3D can make us act in certain ways, certain unconscious ways. And I'm not saying it's all this other person that's been unconscious. You know, it's both in certain ways. And that's natural. That's normal. That's the human conditioning. So then they have the King of Swords in reverse with the Six of Swords in reverse and Polarity or Temperance in reverse. So again, polarity. Polarity can seem like the law of opposites, right? But really they're one. We have day and night, man and woman, up, down, left, right, you name it. one would not exist without the other. And it's that energy in the middle that is the oneness. So polarity, again, in reverse, this is saying that some people maybe like looking at the other person's physical actions and being like, they're not my equal, they're asleep, or, just be aware of that. If you're feeling like you're more advanced or something like that, then that can subconsciously project a lot of things into your connection, which manifest as imbalances. You may, and I've been guilty of this, you may be thinking you're superior and further along the spiritual path and the awakening path, so then you become a little bit condescending without meaning to, obviously, but you start feeling like you know what's best, and you may start, subconsciously trying to control things with that, if you're believing in that illusion. And so putting too much force like into the connection, it's kind of forcing the other person backwards, sort of thing. So this needs to turn up, right? I feel this may have manifested as this person being the King of Swords in reverse, trying to take control, trying to be rebellious, maybe wearing a mask in day-to-day life, trying to project an image of being much more logical than what they're truly feeling. Because this is like a stark contrast to the first set of cards, the first row of cards. Seeing as you as this beautiful, spiritual, divine feminine. And it's like, well, I'm seeing with this King of Swords, he's writing, he's got the quill, writing. So to me, that's a form of expression. So the message he's giving to the world around him is not true. It's a mask, it's an illusion. If this was upright, it would be like the message he's sending out to the world, the message he's sending to you is truth, honesty. So there may have been some deceptions, and that doesn't necessarily mean that they were really nasty and a really bad person. It literally may just be they weren't fully being their true self, and that kind of deception. But whatever resonates for your connection and situation. So the Six of Swords in reverse, this is the card which is about needing to move away from the choppy waters to the calmer waters, moving away from negative thought patterns that have been holding you back, holding this person back. But in reverse, it's like they're going in circles. This person, I feel, has not even been true to themselves, because swords are about mind and perception. What they've been seeing of themselves is an illusion. They've been seeing themselves in a negative light. They may have been seeing themselves with this polarity card in reverse. They may have been seeing themselves as not your equal, not good enough. And so it's this sort of negative thinking that's kept them going in circles and staying stuck in negative thought patterns, which may have manifested as certain karmic situations in their life. Because, whatever energy we are within manifests without. Whatever we believe, we receive. So then there's Death in reverse, the Hermit, and the Hierophant. So 3 major arcana cards. Death in reverse. This is resistance to major transformation. And I feel they got stuck a little bit in this hermit mode, like sheltering themselves, isolating themselves, not speaking their truth, not really living. They may have been like holding on to the future, like saying to themselves, we're going to have this Hierophant kind of energy. The cathedral, to me the cathedral is like the spiritual within the 3D, the structure, having a place to be spiritual in your day-to-day life, living spirituality, embracing spirituality in your 3D life. But there is this transformation. Even when the death card is in reverse, you can't stop the major arcana card energies. They're part of the soul contract. They're part of the destiny. They're the destiny cards. You can't fight it forever. These changes are going to happen no matter what, whether you resist or not. So they were fearful of being their true selves, basically. I feel like some sort of uncomfortable deaths, some uncomfortable endings, not that any endings are ever comfortable, but some kind of tower moment is what I'm trying to get at. Some kind of harsh ending may have happened. Perhaps they were lying to you, or they just weren't being their true selves. They kept going in circles, and perhaps some of you walked away. It created an ending. So a new beginning can happen. Cause them to become this hermit energy or the Buddha. They're really missing you. They're really thinking about you. They're really awakening and opening their eyes to how they were stagnating, what they were taking for granted. Because I feel like maybe this was equally reciprocated, that both of you are kind of holding on to certain fantasies that you projected into the connection. I'm not saying your connection is totally a fantasy or anything like that. The connection is very real, but as a kind of safety net, or in terms of some kind of codependency, both of you held on to some idealizations and unrealistic expectations of how this was going to unfold between you. And this person got stuck in that, but I feel like you as the viewer got stuck in that as well. So that's where all this stagnation was coming from. But now with this Buddha energy, they're seeing beyond that, those blocks, the things that are holding your connection back. And it's moving you both into the cathedral energy. This is like grounding the spirituality in the 3D, actually living it in the now, rather than, I feel like things were kind of up in the air. Things were a little bit too 5D, or like I said, focusing on the future, but not really being grounded in the present moment. You're now both much more grounded in the present moment. And for some of you, it is because you walked away and it made them miss you. And it really got them thinking, and it really got you thinking. And whatever they may have done, it was like part of the contract for them to be this catalyst for you to wake up and snap out of like the blocks, basically. And it's helped them snap out of it as well. So 7 of Swords in reverse. So yeah, in the past there was some kind of sneaky energy where they were trying to sneak away, or they just weren't speaking their truth, or they may have been trying to live some kind of double life where they were wearing masks. In one area of their life, they may have been kind of speaking their truth to you, but not fully. They were basically resisting the transformation. 10 of Swords. Betrayal, yeah. Okay, so 7 of Swords with the 10 of Swords. Yeah, some of you felt betrayed. Spirit is saying that this person felt betrayed in their past, and often we live out and we project how we were treated in the past. We project that onto someone else because of that polarity. It's like a part of us wanting to experience both sides of that. Perhaps a part of us wanting some kind of, subconsciously wanting some kind of justice by doing this to someone else. That's what someone did to us. Even though that sounds really like unfair, I think it's a deeply unconscious thing that is very common. So yeah, some of you felt betrayed. This person is really regretting past actions. They're missing you because they were taking you for granted, and they regret that. They feel like they stab themselves in the back if they made some kind of wrong decision, because there is the Two of Swords here in reverse. So it could be like making a poor decision or not, really refusing to decide anything. And that in itself is making a decision. But then we have the Four of Cups in reverse. So yeah, they feel like they missed out on an opportunity with you because they were focusing on the wrong things and refusing to accept the love that you were offering them, or they were refusing to do the inner work of self-love. But again, I like to keep saying this because it's true. It's a mirror. If we're holding on to certain expectations, then we're focusing on the wrong thing, and we're afraid of being totally honest with ourselves, looking into ourselves, doing the healing work and opening our heart, having a true heart awakening. So that's what's happened within this connection for a lot of you. On both sides, stabbing yourself in the back. Keep going in circles with the illusions. The illusion aspect of your connection. Again, I'm not saying your connection was totally an illusion, just certain aspects that we project into it. So there's the eclipse here. I don't know why, but I keep forgetting what this card is in the traditional tarot. The eclipse. Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man, the Empress, and the Three of Cups. So yeah, this is like, there may be a time of pause within your connection right now. But it is because of the awakening. Really looking at things from a different perspective. Really seeing things from a true perspective. Seeing beyond the illusions. But there's needed to be this time of separation in order for you both to have that awareness. Because you may have been a little bit codependent and looking to each other and sort of interacting with each other. And kind of holding on to that a bit too much, but then not looking into yourselves, not looking at the bigger picture, not realising the bigger picture of what the blocks are. Because holding on too tightly was a distraction from doing the inner work, like fully. The Empress, this is the birth of a new beginning. This is gestation, this is growth. So yeah, there's a rebirth within your connection. A major rebirth. Basically, this is what true surrender looks like in order for the new beginning to happen. Three of Cups. This is about celebration. Joy. It's interesting because the Empress is 3 as well. Joy, celebration. It's like your connection's deepening in a true sense. If it seems to be going in the opposite way in a 3D, and any hopes of a romance seems off the cards now, or something like that, that's an illusion, because your true connection is deepening and growing. A lot of you are much more at peace to just allow this to unfold the way it's intended to. You're realising that having the expectations is what created pain, so you've let them go. Two of Swords in reverse, with the 10 of Cups in reverse and the 6 of Cups in reverse. So yeah, someone wasn't making a decision. They were refusing, they were burying their head in the sand. This is a stalemate. Again, I feel like both of you are in this energy. Both of you are subconsciously, it's like half of you wanted the true union, wanted true intimacy, like emotional intimacy, wanted true commitment, but then another part of you, the fear-based part of you, were both afraid of that union. both afraid of that oneness. And so you held on to a safe kind of version of that. You held on to the future. You held on to communicating, perhaps in a dysfunctional kind of way, just so you kind of had each other in a certain way, but without actually having to have the commitment, actually having to face the major fears and things like that. So that's what's crumbled away. The comfort zone, the illusion side. So 10 of Cups in reverse and the 6 of Cups in reverse. So yeah, it may feel like a breakdown of your connection, because 10 of Cups is about the happy union and 6 of Cups is about reconciliation as well. These are both in reverse. But I feel it is because you've released the illusion aspect of that. And your connection. Some of you have totally given up on romance and you're more focused on the friendship and knowing that you're soulmates and that you're soul family, and you're just appreciating it more than ever for what it really is, beyond like the expectations of trying to box it into a certain category in the 3D. For others of you, this is a major shift. And overall, it will lead to romance and union in that way. But don't hold on to that, because that is what keeps you stagnating. That's what creates pain. So soulmate, your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. So for some of you, that will be the case. Friendship. Nurture the bonds of friendship within your relationship and your love life will dramatically improve. So yeah, a lot of you are at peace right now. You're just letting things unfold the way that the universe is wanting them to unfold. And you are embracing this friendship you have. You're not trying to like push it into something romantic. But, you know, you're just going with the flow. So I will be carrying on this reading and looking more in depth in a follow-up reading on Vimeo. So the link for that in-depth reading is in the description box below this video. So I really appreciate it if you join me there for that reading. And if you've liked this reading, please like, share and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you subscribe, please tap the bell icon and that will notify you whenever I release a new reading. So I hope to see you in Vimeo for the follow-up reading. Thank you so much. So this is set of cards number 3, which is the Rose Quartz Wand. And I'm using the Tarot Illuminati for your reading and 2 Lovers Oracle cards as well. So the top row is going to be the overall energies, and then the 2 rows below are going to be the clarifying cards. So does this person really miss you? We have the Moon, the 8 of Pentacles, the King of Cups, Judgment in reverse, the Knight of Swords, and Temperance. So clarifying, we have 2 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, the King of Pentacles, the Hermit, the Sun, the Ace of Wands, the 2 of Pentacles in reverse, the 7 of Swords, the Queen of Swords in reverse, the High Priestess, the 3 of Pentacles and the 10 of Cups. And from the Lovers Oracle we have this one, which doesn't have a title, but I'll read it when I get to it, and Twin Flames. Okay, so do they miss you? We have the Moon with the 2 of Cups and the 2 of Pentacles in reverse. They are missing you. With this Moon, they're feeling a lot of fear. They're fearing this separation that you're going through right now. But it's necessary because this is a major arcana card, and it's all about the need to go inwards into the subconscious, into the place where we store all of our wounds and illusions and blocks and fears and everything that's out of alignment or blocking us from aligning with our true selves, aligning with the love vibration. And I'm seeing this wolf howling at the moon, and the moon shows a female's face. So the wolf's like howling, like, and I'm seeing that as they're missing you. They're missing the depth of the connection that you share, that you may have like walked away from them, or they may have walked away from you or something like that, but they're missing the depth that your connection provides in their life. They're missing the spiritual aspect is what I'm feeling, because a lot of people, if not everyone around them in their 3D life, is nowhere near as like spiritual as you are, is what I'm feeling, or they just don't resonate in a spiritual way with anyone else like they do with you. They're missing you with this Two of Cups energy. And this shows the man holding the woman. They want to express their emotions to you. They want to offer you their heart. They want this balance of reciprocity, balance, give and take. I don't know what this symbol's called, but it's often in the medical profession. It's to do with healing. They want this healing, this balance, this harmony to return to your connection. But there's been a lot of imbalance with the Two of Pentacles. I feel this person may have been juggling a lot of things, or refusing to make a decision. Perhaps they were wearing a mask, living kind of like a double life, like having you in their life and their spiritual truth, but then on the other hand they were wearing a mask and trying to keep other things in the air, which may have not been fully in alignment with who they truly are. So whenever I see the Two of Pentacles in reverse, to me it's always an energy of something's got to give. And I feel like something did give way for them, and it was your connection. Or, it appears to have given way, but it's a major shift in order to release things that aren't serving. So things for our highest good come in. They may have felt like they made a wrong decision and, let go of the wrong coin, let go of you. Or they were just in a state of confusion and didn't know what to choose, and then time kept ticking on. And some of you took space, is what I'm feeling. Eight of Pentacles clarified by the Knight of Pentacles in reverse and the Seven of Swords. So they were working hard on something, but it may have been something which wasn't your connection. Because with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse, it's like sowing seeds or planting seeds on infertile soil. It's not going to grow. It's not going to blossom into what they want. But it's like they were so focused on giving time and energy to certain things that weren't serving them. And it's overall, it was like their subconscious was doing that because they were trying to run away from your connection, because they were running away from themselves, basically. They were trying to avoid this moon energy, avoid going in, facing their fears, looking into their true selves, being truly honest with themselves, facing the fear of abandonment and rejection that they bottled up within them for so long. That's why some of them were distracting themselves by working hard on other things. But it's like they were doing the same thing over and over. that person creating the pentacles, it's the same process over and over and over. Something had to change, something had to shift. They had to go about life and move forward in their life in a different way, but it's like they were refusing to. So they left you in a state of confusion, and a lot of you didn't know whether to stay or whether to go. You didn't know whether to walk away as well. You wondered, you put a lot of effort in and you wondered, am I investing in the right things, or is it just not going to grow? Is it not going anywhere? So you may have kind of walked off as well. Maybe you didn't know what decision to make, but then you walked away anyway, kind of thing. In a sense, I feel like both of you walked away. Maybe one did first and then the other. But I feel like this person is missing you because there's two kings here, King of Cups and the King of Pentacles, and then the Queen of Swords in reverse. This person is realizing the depth of their love for you. They're wanting to make a tangible offer, because look at this King of Cups. He's got his hands out offering that coin, offering that pentacle. This person has experienced some clarity about how they feel. It's like they were confused in the past, and so that's why they were sort of hot and cold or wishy-washy. But they have this clarity. They want to offer and create a tangible, balanced connection with you. But you might be having none of it with this Queen of Swords in reverse. You may have cut the ties. You may be angry at them, or they may simply be worried that you're angry with them and that you're not going to accept what they have to offer anymore. Because there's judgment in reverse here with the Hermit and the High Priestess. So they may be fearing that you're having this negative judgment on them. Or they may fear that you're not seeing the bigger picture. Because judgment is like looking at things through the spiritual eyes and seeing that bigger picture. You may be judging them on what's happened in the 3D. And they're afraid that you're not seeing the truth, or you've made decisions because you shut down your heart or something like that. The Hermit. So they're going inwards there. I feel like some of them are feeling a bit lost, like they don't know what direction to go in, or they're feeling this soul calling, but they have a lot of self-judgment, and they're afraid of other people judging them if they were to come out of the spiritual closet kind of thing and follow their truth. So they're in resistance. They resist judgment. They're afraid of abandonment and rejection and that judgment. So they're trying to avoid it. That's why they wear masks, to try and fit in with other people. But deep down they are this hermit. It is like deep down they're going down this path of truth. They're going into themselves to find their light, to find their truth. They're coming out of like the moon energy, which was here, which indicates they've had epiphanies. Things that seem to be lurking in the shadows that they couldn't see clearly has come up. They've shone the light on it. And they have this High Priestess. They're seeing beyond the veil of illusion. They've had these epiphanies. And they want to balance between the 3D and the 5D. They want to balance the two worlds, the two realities. They don't want to live like a double life anymore. It's what I'm feeling. So they have this Page of Swords. Sorry, the Knight of Swords, this is. This is determination. This is courage. This is them really wanting to rush in and be their true self and take action. They want this sun energy with you. They want happiness, joy, a new beginning, rebirth, healing, unity. And the Three of Pentacles, they want to work together with you. They want to cooperate with you. In this Three of Pentacles, they're building a cathedral. So that cathedral represents like spirituality being built in the 3D, like grounding their spirituality in 3D. Temperance. They're wanting this balance with you. They're having this healing. Both of you are becoming balanced. And there's this new beginning, Ace of Wands, a passionate new beginning towards the Ten of Cups, which is the happy union. Having it all, the completion. So they are missing you, and this is what they're wanting. They've felt a lot of inspiration. They've had a lot of insight overall through some kind of tower moment that's happened, some kind of upheaval, major triggers. It is for the highest good. Some of you, as the viewer, were this hermit and have gone off on this new path, and you're determined to create a new fresh start and having happiness and grounding yourself, because perhaps you were holding on too tightly to the future, to kind of what ifs, and hoping things would manifest a certain way, but it was taking you away from the present moment. So you've grounded yourself. You become more balanced. You've healed the inner child, which was seeking this validation from this other person. You have aspirations for a new beginning. Some of you, it's a new beginning within this connection. Some of you, it's a new beginning maybe with someone else, or just having like a lot of passion in your life, going down a new path in all areas. After some initial like disappointment, you may be feeling excited about the future. A lot of you are just going with the flow now, because you're realizing that holding on to expectations is what was creating all your pain in the past. And you truly have surrendered. You truly have come into acceptance. And it is bringing you passionate new beginnings, balance, reciprocity, happy relationships. Whether with this person who for some is a twin flame, or whether it's with someone else, your passion ignites. And the other one says, you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there is always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. So yeah, a lot of you had a tower moment. Seemed like a turmoil. It seemed like the ending, but really it's like a rebirth. And I am going to continue on with this reading in Vimeo. So I really hope this is resonating, and I'll be grateful and happy if you watch the Vimeo reading as well. There's a link below the video here. Set of cards number 3 Vimeo reading. So I hope this reading has resonated and been helpful. And if it has, then please like, share and subscribe. And if you subscribe, please tap the bell icon, and that will notify you every time I release a new reading. So hopefully see you in Vimeo. Thank you so much. Take care.